With the release of Chapter 4 finally coming out, along with new lore, characters, and obviously for this channel, scaling, I thought to make this video on Poppy Playtime. I made a video previously of like maybe almost a year ago or half a year ago discussing the versus scaling, but not only is it inaccurate, but it's just incredibly old and I just found the scaling disingenuous as fuck. So in today's video, we're going to be redoing that and just telling y'all if the scaling's changed, if, any improvements happened within Poppy Playtime. So yeah, without that, let's get in. Hi guys, is unknown. Sorry that I kind of took 2 weeks off. I mostly used those times to do things and prepare for school and just busy with lifestyles and stuff. Just had to get those things out of the way before making this video. But this video should be really easy to do because, well, there's not an insane amount of things to yap about. So, as you already know by the title, Chapter 4 has been out for at least about maybe a week or two. And while the reviews are mixed, I will say I found Chapter 4 a very fun and, well, great chapter. It was really good, heavily emotional, world building, yada, yada, yada. But I don't think you came to hear me yap about that. We're going to talk about the scaling. So the first types of scaling that we should get around for the toys, and I think you guys should obviously know this, at least for the bigger bodies experiments, is how they should at the bare minimum be baseline wall level. This comes off of them consuming human bodies, consuming them whole. We even see one of them eat an entire human. This should just be easily wall level, as we already know, crushing, especially as a common feats for calculations, crushing, the parts of human bodies, usually the most sensitive ones like the skulls, and even like the entirety of the body itself would just be instantaneously around the street level pluses to wall level ranges. We also have other characters like Yarnaby within the game. Crush implied to crush down a gate. The scene is glitched because I mean if you already know Chapter 4, then you already know the game was bugged, especially Yarnaby. So the clip is bugged, but I think you can easily go off by sound if you watch the game that yeah, it's very obvious that you crushed the gate. When this is like unbugged, I guess you could say that word, I'll make sure to get a proper clip and maybe post a calculation of it like later. We also have like other characters like once again Boxy Boo just eating entire humans whole. And we even have like other instances of Mommy Longlegs being able to take out our Grab Pack, which we literally see that it stated how like it can even rip off employees heads, which can be around like the lower class lifting strengths of feats. If you guys remember my Mimic video, I talked about the importance of lifting strength and how it can make that of a difference within that of a fight. But the more usually stronger feats of the verse, and this is where I get more technical, is Huggy Wuggy, who kind of carried the verse at least until Chapter 4. Huggy within the employee handbook, it stated how his hands can basically dent metal and his teeth can even dent bone, which we already see showinces of through the Hour of Joy and even through Project Playtime. So we could instantaneously put Huggy around the wall level ranges, considering that, well, he is clearly capable of denting things and just causing severe damages on metal. And then we also have other characters like Miss Delight, who's capable of like denting a generator to a very harsh degree, which could once again easily be interpreted as being around the wall of ranges. Ironically, I did try to use this to get some of the base characters to wall level on Versus Battle Wiki because I work on the forums, but the dumbasses on there literally were saying nuh-uh to that, so whatever the fuck, I don't give a shit no more. But one of like the more stronger ones, as I'm going to obviously mention, I think y'all already knew this one, is in Project Playtime. In the cinematic trailer, Huggy Wuggy is seen chasing obviously the specialists, and then he rams into a metal wall and creates a pretty big damn dent in it. This feat was calculated to be around the wall level plus ranges by the GOAT himself, Sharis. From my understanding though, from him, this is a slightly inaccurate calc, and how this calc would actually be a lot more closer to that of small building level. So, thanks to Huggy, the verse, at least until that point, was at least consistently wall level thanks to the employee handbook and Miss Delight, but successfully through this game, they got to like almost the small building level ranges. And then I mentioned chapter 3, or actually 4. God fucking damn it. Okay, but chapter 4 gave us a lot of context on a lot of feats, or really just 2 impressive feats that are just really, really good and just upgraded the verse by a large margin. So if you guys already know the new character, Doughy the Dough Man, very tragic character. Like honestly, he was like he in one chapter made himself one of the best characters in the entire series. But hey, that's besides the point. So Doughy carries the verse right now in terms of strengths, easily being from the highest end of wall level plus to, well, we have 2 small building level calcs for him. One of them is questionable, but the other one is pretty convincing. So the first feat is Doughy punching down a pillar, which easily caused the ceiling above him to crumble upon him, but he tanks this effortlessly, and even so, he transforms into, well, the mutation Doughy, or monster Doughy. We don't have a fucking name for him yet. This feat was calculated to be around the small building level ranges. Now this particular feat is in question, obviously because of just punching down that of a pillar, but the math done and the concepts done, like the calc in itself, is accurate. It's just the concept of the feat. But if you want to take this into account for simplicity and consistency, then, well, Poppy Playtime has upgraded itself to now small building level. The other feat comes in when you are killing Doughy. Doughy is able to hold up this large ass machine from even crushing him for a decent period of time. You can also even say that this was Doughy weakened because we already got context in the game that the ice hurts him. So, he is literally engulfed in ice. And so this feat was calced, and it was small building level as well. Now, taking these 2 into account, then we basically got Poppy Playtime to small building level via Doughy. Now, obviously, characters that are Doughy and above would obviously scale to this physically. I don't think characters like Huggy Wuggy, Kissy, and stuff like that, at least without some context, unless Chapter 5 gives us something new, says something about this. Also, interesting fact, this doesn't really matter, but Doughy's like 900 pounds. I just found that really cool. Another feat that Doughy's able to do is, well, kill Pianosaurus, or as I like to call him, Mr. 29 Seconds. That was so fucking cringe. Along with that, Doughy's able to, with a single hand, and this is just casually, break a hole into this metal door or ventilation. I don't know what the fuck it is. Which you can easily interpret this as being like around wall level or maybe wall level plus, something of that nature. But that's kind of really about it. We also have context for the prototype. I think everyone and their mom knows that the prototype should obviously scale above pretty much all the damn toys in the verse. So it just instantly scales above Doughy with this. Doughy's like low small building, so the prototype would just be like small building level, like low end small building level to just baseline small building level, assuming that he's just significantly stronger than that of all the toys and experiments. Though the prototype does have a prep time argument. As you already know, Poppy and the goal of at least chapter 4 was to not only defeat the Doctor and get the Omni Hand, but also blow up the factory. At least that was Poppy's revenge plan. We do get context by the prototype of how he took all those explosives and put uses to them, as he asserted himself. We know from context from Poppy that these are able to blow up that of the entire factory, at least all together. So with this, you can deductively argue that the prototype can be anywhere from multi-city block to a lot higher, since we already know Playtime Co. and its factory contains multiple sets and multiple layers of case systems, tunnels, big ass like laboratories and stuff. You could honestly, even just in a hyperbolic sense, maybe say like a whole fucking city or country of a fucking factory, at least underground. But I said, at least for simplicity and not to go too far edge, that with prep time, the prototype should be like multi-city block. you can maybe say higher, or maybe if someone's able to give me like a better layout of Playtime Co and like all like the layers of the factory and stuff, you could probably give me an argument that suggests higher. Let me down in the comments below, or on my Discord server, my public one, which I'll be linking in the description or in the pinned comments, one of the two. So just make sure to check that out. As for speed for the verse, because I'm pretty much done with attack potency and destructive capacity, we have at least some couple of calcs of like characters being around superhuman, but it's more so usually better to argue like subsonic, like Huggy Wuggy blitzing two guys when he was like running towards a car when he escaped in the VHS, and then Boxy Boo, obviously, how he kills Roland Stoll, and just a couple of other instances. If we want to go off like maybe their travel speeds and the toys are the best like athletic human, you also have Catnap like snatching up Bunzo Bunny within a quick succession, which while has yet to be calced, I was talking with Sheriff and I believed it was like we did think that was pretty fast of Catnap. Might call that subsonic as well. That's kind of really about it for like others like speed feats. At worst, you can just say like in terms of travel speed or some shit like that the verse is like athletic human, but then again I imagine otherwise of that nature. As for like haxes, the verse doesn't really have too much haxes, like other than like gas manip, smoke manip and stuff, and like inorganic physiology, stuff like that. If we want to go off the inverse, then we already know, like, at least based off feats and stuff, like Huggy Wuggy and Kissy should be like minor peaks of the verse, with Catnap, Doughy, the Prototype, and the Doctor being the strongest. Catnap being the strongest since Mob Games literally made a poll on their Twitter suggesting like who would win a fight, and everyone voted for Catnap, and so they made this official. So we literally know that Catnap would absolutely beat the shit out of Huggy Wuggy, Mommy, and Boxy in a fight. So I don't know why people are saying Huggy beats Catnap. That's fucking delusional. Please stop saying that. Especially by Catnap's narrative, because I do think he is stronger than Doughy. Now, people are going to trip out, but I really think he is. Doughy, in terms of feats and stuff, definitely outscales and stuff Catnap. But if we're going by the narrative of how like this verse is, then Catnap just significantly is stronger than the other experiments, considering that he is entrusted as the enforcer as the Prototype. The Prototype literally glazes him throughout chapter 3, and just simply he makes all the other experiments fear him under play care and just in the factory, and made it risky for toys to basically go out places, even for Doughy himself. And Catnap is treated as like a bigger threat when like even by Poppy herself, despite knowing Doughy and all the other toys. Catnap is just still treated, at least by the narrative, as a much bigger threat than that. You can argue Doughy's invulnerability, but we see throughout that of chapter 4 that with enough pressure you can harm Doughy, and I just do believe that for the narrative of Catnap. I'm not sure about the red smoke argument. Could the red smoke work on Doughy? I'm not sure. There's nothing that goes against that, and there's nothing that goes for it. So it's just up to your interpretation. You can maybe make an argument, since Catnap is stated by Mob, of how like he has like an immunity to like the red smoke, but once again, I'm not really sure. The Prototype, I don't think it's debated at all. The Prototype's obviously the strongest in the verse. The Doctor, by the narrative and with his equipment and endoskeletons and just arsenals in general, he should be like the second strongest within that of the verse. And also with prep or with ice, he can harm Doughy and stuff like that. And Doughy even states how it's like how the Doctor's made it like, hard for him to get out there. But yeah, that's gonna be my my video for now. This is my inverse list. If you guys want to know, if you guys want me to make an inverse list tier list thing for FNAF, then well, let me know in the comments below and stuff. I'm open to new ideas whenever I upload, because I am a lot more busier than usual trying to get through high school, because senior year is coming up for me. I'm gonna be done as a junior, I'm gonna be a senior now, and yeah. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, post notifications so you can get notified every time a new video goes live. And without that, this is the unknown scaling Poppy Playtime. May God bless y'all, keep y'all, peace.